This might give off energy like I want to fight nigga. Man, when? Never, not once. And real because Tyrone. I see. You see how long I avoided that wreck?
What?
Real. That was like a year. Tyrone pushing him. Yo, hey, you can take that nigga, bro. You gonna let the nigga do that? Hey, real, do that. All right, bro. That was a year, bro. Hey, yo, real, stop it, bro. It's time is up. Time is up. Okay, enough is enough. My white man voice. Enough's enough, sir.
Hey, what up, 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 what up? It's your boy T. Have him on the ride up. I got a special in the bonus because I'm on the ride up with my bros. I got Rock with me. I got Breeze with me. We're gonna talk a little music real quick. If y'all don't mind. If y'all don't mind. So I was in one of my groups today and they was talking about top 10 discographies of all time. And number one on the list was Kanye. I don't remember much of the other. I know who was on the list for the most part. I don't remember where everybody was placed. I know Hov was on the list. Nas was on the list. Scarface was on the list. Ghostface was on the list. Tribe Called Quest, I think, was listed at number 2. I can't remember the full list, but I saw some people pushing back on Kanye's discography. Who's in your top 10? And where does Kanye make y'all top 10? And where does he fall in your top 10 if he does?
My list, bro. I got Hovey, Styles P, Beanie Siegel.
Styles discography?
Yeah.
He got one album.
I don't know. He got more than one, bro. You just gotta go search, listen.
Okay.
Jay in there, but see, my shit out of order. But I'm gonna just tell you this, right?
Who's number one? Whose discography is number one?
Hovey.
Without a question.
Number two for me, and this gonna throw a lot of niggas on. Lil Wayne.
He's not on the list, and there was people saying this is disrespectful to Wayne. That's one person that he got snubbed off that list.
He should definitely be on the list.
Okay.
You know I'm saying now, it depends on what type of fan you are. You know what I'm saying? You can go Hot Boys Wayne, but I ain't even gonna go all the way back. I'm gonna go from the Carter on.
So for me, I said, in order for you to even be entered in the conversation, you need at least three. You need at least a 3-piece.
What, 3 classes?
Yeah, you need at least 3 joints. So if you ain't got 3 joints, don't talk to me. So as much as where he places on my all time, Big don't make my list because he only has 2 albums to me. I don't count Born Again, even though he got some good music on that. And even though I think Ready to Die and Life After Death are both classic albums, he don't make the list because there's too many other artists that have more music or more albums. So one for me, DMX is on that list for me. He's top 10 discographies for me for the stiff fact that his first 2 albums, he was the first rapper to do 2 number ones in the same year. That's his first 2. Then he followed up with his 3rd album and went 5 times platinum off the 3rd album.
Yeah, he should be top 5.
So he's and then he went platinum on his last 2, even though those weren't, those were mixed reviewed albums. Though he had some banging joints on his last 2 Def Jam albums. Outkast is top 3 discographies for me, because AT-Aliens, Aquemini, and Stankonia alone are like those. They smoke a lot of people's whole careers. Then you add in their Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music and their Speaker Box Love Below album. Come on, bruh. And the Idlewild soundtrack and the Outkast and the Outkast Presents out. Come on, bruh.
Yeah, you definitely got
Outkast is on that list for me.
Like the whole
Nas got to come off. He wouldn't be on my list. And it's not that I don't like this. It has nothing to do with whether I like Nas or not. I feel like even if you take me out of it and listen to Nas fans, they only talk about like 2 albums. You know what I'm saying? Illmatic, Stillmatic, and they may mention I Am, or I mean, excuse me, It Was Written. Yeah. And now they got his newest album. I'm saying this, The King's Disease, but that King's Disease doesn't put him top 10. Not for me. Hove is number 1 though. That's like Hove is number 1 for the simple fact that the nigga dropped 10 straight albums without missing.
Talking
like Reasonable Doubt is argument. Reasonable Doubt, you know what I'm saying, gets an argument for greatest rap album of all time.
Is it old niggas on? Because Drake up there too.
I mean, Drake can be on your list. Drake can be. He didn't put in enough work over at this point where he can be on your list. That's cool. Because here's the thing. In this conversation, the whole whether or not he writing his own shit or not, don't even register. Don't matter no more. Because we only talk about the body of work that he presents. So fuck whether or not he's writing or not. He giving you albums. So that's how Kanye West can be on it. To me, Kanye West top 5. And this is why. If niggas is arguing about what the best album is, and it's more than 3 albums in that argument, that means he has more than 3 albums that could be arguably his best album. How many rappers have that?
He might be top 3, bro.
How many? And he's innovative. Like his album, like the music that he produced, he changed the way you listen to music. Like niggas was hating on auto-tune when it was just T-Pain. When it was just T-Pain doing it.
I remember you was shit on that jump.
Absolutely. And I still don't like the whole album. There's songs on it. And here's the thing. Love Lockdown made niggas immediately hate 808 Heartbreak. Because niggas didn't fuck with that record. But Amazing came out, Heartless came out, and niggas was like, oh, wait a minute, let me go listen to this.
I love like the first 8 songs.
Those 2 songs made the average listener say, let me go back and listen. Some people were still hating because they wanted, some niggas want to hate, so they gonna have a reason to hate. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is enough right here. I can hate now because he gave me this right here.
All right, so when it comes to Ye though, like, I give people a certain type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like Jesus, niggas don't fuck with Jesus. I give him that.
He only had a couple of tracks on that. The Yeezus?
Yeah, I give him 4, but you know what I'm saying, whatever. What's the next one after that? Pablo? Nigga, that shit go.
He got bangers on that album.
That shit go. He easily top 3, bro.
Easy.
It depends on who you want to put in number 2.
Yeah. I mean, so like I would have to really sit down and say, okay, whose albums I bang with the hardest. But Jay-Z's number 1. You know what? Another person that wasn't on the list that's definitely deserving to be on that list, Ross definitely deserved to be on that list.
Oh, that's a fact.
For me, come on, bro. Like, I was fucking with Ross heavy before when niggas was still Jeezy. I was like, yo, Ross is a better rapper. Ross his music is another one. I think I gotta see what T.I. places, because after King, his whole album, like quality, was dropped, but he picked it back up on Paper Trail though. But T.I. versus T.I.P., he had a lot of misses. Like a lot of his hits was early in the album. And I like the album, but he had a lot of misses though. Like it was a lot of filler. I'll say that. I'm not gonna say misses. It was a lot of filler on that album. It was a lot of filler on that album. So I think that was the issue. But Paper Trail, he came back heavy with that one. You know what I'm saying? He came back heavy with that one. So T.I. definitely got a catalog. I mean, I think his I'm Serious was out of all of the, you know what I'm saying, the greats that people gonna mention, he probably had the weakest debut though. I'll say that. Because outside of his, nobody talks about I'm Serious other than the song I'm Serious and the Pussy Popper #1 joint at, you know what I'm saying, later on in the album. But other than that, name another song off that album. Go find me a bigger T.I. fan than me and tell them to name you a song off that album. They can't do it. They can't do it. Go pull up their playlist, their T.I. playlist, and see if you see how many songs from that first album on there.
But you know it's gonna be a nigga who say 50 though.
I mean, I can listen.
Put the mask in there as a classic and shit.
The Massacre, bro.
I listen. So
it ain't classic though.
I think it all depends on what you consider. If you put the G Unit album under 50, since he's the leader of the album of the group, then if you have Beg for Mercy, Get Rich or Die Trying, and then you add Massacre, then maybe, but it won't be top 10. It's not strong enough to be top 10. So when you said Wayne,
Gotta talk about Game though.
Game, he got some good work, but I don't think he got classic albums, bro.
Why though?
Because they don't.
What's the jump?
So see that right there. Wait. That right there. That's what I'm about to say.
Not critically acclaimed, though.
But this is what I was about to say. It's like I feel like when it's stamped, it's no what's the name of the That's all I'm saying. Just like so, it's like I have my favorite Game album is Documentary 2. That's my favorite one. But that's not his more popular one. He got other joints. His debut album, everybody loved his debut album. You know, my thing about Game wasn't that he couldn't rap. I just felt like every song he was just paying homage, and it was like your energy in person don't match this. You know what I'm saying, humble, pay homage ass nigga. Just be who you are. And I felt like after a while he became that person. So I fucked with Game harder after that. You know what I'm saying? But his music, like especially early on when he was with G Unit, and he had, you know what I'm saying, 50 working on them hooks. You know what I'm saying? 50 was working on them hooks. He was in his bag. Who was another one that's missing? That I thought I said that Ghostface was number 4. I remember that. Ghostface was number 4. And I'm like, how? Ghostface don't have enough. He don't have enough solo work, in my opinion, that's, you know what I'm saying, that move units that made people like, yo, you gotta listen to this album, to be on there. So you got Supreme Clientele is his big. That's his big album that he released on a major label for as far as solo, and that don't go. But what other albums he got to go with it to say top 10 all time? That's what I would say. So it's another. Let me see who was another one that I feel like might have. I think J. Cole should be on that list. I don't think J. Cole had a miss yet. From the beginning, like Cold World wasn't a miss. Born Sinner wasn't a miss. Forest Hills wasn't a miss. KOD isn't a miss.
Some people consider that a miss. KOD though.
Man, niggas need to tweak their ears. Like that don't go. But I mean,
what's the jump after KOD?
That's his last album.
What's the jump before that? He dropped.
What's the name of the joint? I forgot the name of the joints. I mean, so that goes when niggas can't remember names, but I had music off that.
Joints you can't remember, that's the miss right there.
I guess so. But he had joints on there. Middle Child was on that album, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
he had a couple joints with it. I just never knew the name of it. That's all. I I can't remember the name of the fucking album, but yeah, I mean, it goes like I said with you. If you can't remember the name, then I mean, it don't have as much weight to it. You don't forget the name.
Shit, we talking about Kendrick.
He was on the list. I don't know where he was placed, but he was on the list. And I can't speak on Kendrick because I'm not the biggest fan of him to know the name of his album. I know he got Mad City.
For Your Eyes On.
For Your Eyes On. That's the name of the album. I only know the name of two Kendrick albums with Fame and Mad City.
Huh?
What's the rest of his album?
Section 80. Classic.
Is that an album or a project?
It's an album.
Okay.
Good Kitty Mad. Good Kitty Mad. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The joint after that everybody slept on. But when you go back though, that's one of those.
Which one? Fame?
Huh?
You talking about Fame?
Fame. I mean,
Damn, excuse me. I said, what I'm saying, Fame? Damn.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's the one before that. Wesley. I forgot the name of that motherfucker. Them joints classics, bro. They got hella motherfucker. That joint right there, bro. The third joint.
Butterfly?
Yeah.
Oh no, I like that album. I like the Pimp Butterfly album.
Crazy playback value, bro.
But is his catalog top 10 though?
I would consider it top 10, bro. That's me.
Okay. So because this is what'll happen. You got to find out who has the potential to be in the top 10. Then you really got to start narrowing down the top 10. You got to start saying, okay, because everybody can't be in the top 10. It's only 10 niggas. So somebody gonna miss the list. You feel me? That's just the way it goes on Love Train.
It's also preference, though.
I mean, yeah, it makes your list. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you obviously gonna put preference on your list. I feel like there's some major albums, some major artists that's missing. I mean, cause some people might put Big Sean on their list.
Eminem, baby, all day.
I can see that. I can see Eminem. I can see Eminem being on people's list. He can't be on mine because I don't like his first album enough to say, oh, he on there. So for M, he really only gave me.
What's his first album?
The Eminem's Eminem show, not Eminem show. What's the fucking name of that damn album? No, that's the second album. I don't even remember the first album name, to be honest with you. I just know Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem Show and Kamikaze. Those are the three Eminem albums that I bang with.
I like them.
Cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I mean, again, it's like your criteria might be different. You might be okay with two albums. I'm just saying, like in general, you just might be okay with two albums being enough to make a list. I'm talking about for any artist, like Biggie Smalls.
No, I mean, I was going off your criteria.
That was you said if you add encore, that would be 4 or 5 if you like the first one.
I mean, but I also
with
like
guilty conscience. You know what I'm saying? How My Name Is. All that shit on there.
What album that's on?
Like I said,
that's the first album. With Guilty Conscience and How My Name Is. And forgot about Dre's on that album, man.
Nah, that first one was vicious, bro.
I didn't say it wasn't. I said it. I don't remember the name of it.
So you said you didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't like the whole album. Like there was a couple joints on it that I liked. It was like, all right, not enough to make it top 10 all time.
Oh no, that.
But I think Forgot About Dre is on that joint. I wasn't crazy about that song.
So what you basically saying is if niggas got narrowed down to a top 10 that bands ain't gonna make top 10.
No, he not.
Tell me his first 3 ain't classic.
His first 3 are not classics. His first 2 are classics. The third one is not a classic. The Becoming is not a classic. He got some good music on there, but it's not a classic. You think it's a classic? Name 5 songs off that album.
Never talk about it. Just let it go.
Oh, okay. I mean, because I can name the first 2 albums like that, and only can name like 2 songs off the 3rd album worth talking about. But he rapping, but it's like he start fucking around and shit around that 3rd album, bruh. But yeah, Hov is definitely number one catalog. I don't know why niggas playing games. And I saw people hate, like I'll call it hate, because people was slighting Scarface and it was like, oh, Scarface is the token South. Like, I hate when people say that shit. That, oh, he the token South artist. They gotta mention him, so they nah. The Diary, Last of a Dying Breed, Last of a Dying Breed. What's the joint with what's the joint? The joint on Def Jam South. The joint with Guess Who's Back on it. What's the name of it? Oh, The Fix.
Yeah.
The Fix, Mr. Scarface, and then if you count Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying? You gotta count that Ghetto Boys work. You gotta count that Ghetto Boys work. Cause man, the good, the bad, the ugly, problem. So they gotta put more respect on Scarface's name by saying, oh, he the token. Nah, he ain't the token. He ain't the token. Another one who people might push back on me that deserves some respect. Ludacris, bruh.
Yeah.
Ludacris's catalog deserves it. People be talking that shit. Oh, his music didn't age well. What the fuck is you talking about? If you banged with Ludacris, you can still go and listen to his first 3 albums.
I got chicken.
You know what I'm saying? We at our first destination. We dropping off Rock. He gonna swing around and open his door for Ty so he can get his ass in the front. This ain't Toxic Cat Confessions, you bitch.
I see you.
Shut up, bitch.
God bless your soul. Be mercy.
Thank you, Slimy.
Hey, babe, I'll be right back. Just dropped tone, y'all. I gotta take my medicine.
You all right?
My tooth starting to hurt.
All right, so me and Rel had a well, not me. Rel was on the show with us when we were talking about Music Soul Child's catalog, bro.
God.
And I tried to hit you up, but you were nowhere to be found. But I know if anybody bang with Music Soul Child like me, is you. What's your favorite Music Soul Child album, bro?
Soul Star.
Third one, huh? Why?
Huh?
Why is the third one your favorite?
I don't know, bro. Just it's the one before that too, though. The one with
Just Listen.
With previous cats and
Yeah, Just Listen.
Who Knows and yeah, that joint.
Who Knows on the third album?
What's the other joint?
Half Crazy. The singles on the second album is Half Crazy and
the previous cats on the second joint. Yeah, Don't Change. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Don't Change.
Yeah, man. Soul Star or that joint, bro.
Yeah, man, I went through it and I was like, you know what? I think Soul Star might be my favorite one. I feel like that was his most versatile sounding one. But the first one, that thing, bro, that thing was fire, yo. Like all three of his first ones. All right, so let's shift it to R&B.
I don't
And
understand how the fuck he could drop three of those and then just, you know what I'm saying, fall off a little bit.
label change, bro. Times change. You know what I'm saying? People like that neo soul, like around after his third album is when the neo soul vibe sort of like died down because it's like the biggest part about the neo soul movement is it was a collective of people making good music. And then people was disappearing, people was falling off, people was not getting the projects, and they weren't putting that same energy in it. And neo soul wasn't really mainstream. And the problem with groups and acts not being mainstream is that once they start making noise and start making people listen, then the mainstream tries to come and get them. And what they do is they try to put them in that same machine and they fuck up the money. So you talk about like Music Soul Child had 3 albums, but if you look at the reception of his third album, it didn't get the same feel because it was right on the tail end. Even though he had some fire joints, I don't. I think Def Soul wasn't really doing that genre of music any justice. Uh, I think the first 2 albums it was a lot easier because people were like gravitating towards it because you had Erica Badu was already running the show, and you had Jill Scott after that, who was Jill Scott album. You had a lot of artists just coming out with doobie raps on their head. You know what I'm saying, singing like they motherfucking burning incense while they writing. You know what I'm saying? That was the vibe. But when you start, I'm saying, having artists not, I'm saying, fulfill their contractual needs as far as sales, then these major labels start putting motherfuckers on back burners. And you know what? Another thing I think having India Ari really not stick around for whatever reason. I won't ever speculate as to why she never. I mean, because she had arrived and her album, like she went up when her debut album.
She was rocking
You
the
know what I'm
baldy,
saying?
bro.
When say what?
She was rocking the baldy.
I don't know what that got to do with anything, but
They lost vision in her, bro. You know
I
what I'm saying?
mean maybe so. But I think, but her first album, she was the Afrocentric version. You know what I'm saying artist out, and she went head to head with Alicia Keys, who was like easier to digest for people who don't look like us. You know what I'm saying? Who don't move like us or think like us or digest content like us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though she's an empowering person, that's not, you know what I'm saying, how she was being perceived initially. She was just, you know what I'm saying, coming off as a prodigy from behind the piano and being a songbird because she was, you know what I'm saying, small, cute, and light skinned with nicely done hair. But yeah, her like NERE went up against her like for like 9 different awards that year, and she was losing all of them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, I think Hidden Beach had a lot to do with both the rise and the staling, if that's even a word, but going, it's the act of going stale. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a lot of artists, but they were really jazzy, and they put out some projects, but I don't think they did enough. I don't think they did enough to cultivate that lane.
Shit, Erica Badu had full of
Erica
those.
Badu's discography is definitely top 10 for me. For me,
Full 5 of those.
Erica Badu's.
For
I mean,
everybody. It
you
ain't
talk
just you.
about. Let's see, you got You know what I'm saying? Baduism, classic. Mama's Gun, classic. Worldwide Underground, I can't call it a classic because it was only an EP, but it still gave you some quality music out of that. Fast Forward, the New America.
Right.
It's both of them. Would you call both of them a classic? The first part and the second part?
Yeah, for me.
My problem with calling the second part classic is because I don't think it's as memorable as the first part. But it's Badu and I can play the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, all the way through. But the first part with, you know what I'm saying, that hump and like everything about that first part, whew, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then that was her last like official album release. She had you know what I'm saying, the Put Your Phone Down joint that came out a couple years later that had a couple things on it. But outside of that, yeah, Erykah Badu's definitely on that list of R&B top 10 discographies. Soul Child is on that list for me. I think because I wanted more music from D'Angelo in his prime, I was not satisfied with the Vanguard album initially.
That joint's so vicious, bro.
That's why I said initially. Because I put aside my wants. That's what we do a lot of times when we, as fans, we have a vision of what we want from the artists that we love. That if they give us something different, and it's too extremely different than what we wanted, it takes a little while for us to say, okay, let me back off and digest it. Case in point is Common's Electric Circus album.
Mm-hmm.
When that album came out, a lot of people was like, "Oh man, what is this?" Including myself.
Where he left, the joint got hits on it.
Fast forward,
hits, but the joint vicious.
No, that album is, yo, the Electric Circus album is a beautiful piece of work. It's arguably his best album. It's arguably his best album as far as a packaged product from the beginning to end being cohesive.
That's third for me.
Now, if you're going by individual records, B is his best album because B gives you songs that can stand alone. You know what I'm saying, to handle the business.
The other joint.
The one that the follow-up album?
Yeah. That's definitely a classic. He lost me with Universal.
I love that album too. I love that album. He did a lot of work with Pharrell in that album.
Yeah.
So
much upbeat.
So for me, I want to say B is number one. Then I'll take Electric Circus number two. Like Water for Chocolate is number three for me. And then number four is the one that came after B. The album cover is in my brain and I can't.
Yeah, it's always.
I can't think of the damn name of the song. I mean, the album, but that joint was. Matter of fact, I take it back. That is number three, and then Like Water for Chocolate is number four. That's the joint that got misunderstood on it. Whoo! Hey, that thing is. What's the name of that? I can't remember the name of that song, that album. Fudge. But yeah, that's number three. Number four is Like Water for Chocolate, and number five for me is the it's this upbeat album that Tyrone doesn't like. Now, there's gonna be people who listen to this who say, "What about She Used to Love Me?" I didn't start listening to Common until Like Water for Chocolate, so his music before that, I can't possibly, you know what I'm saying, put that stuff up because I haven't. Finding Forever. Hey, that's a beautiful collection of music. Yes, beautiful collection of music. Damn. Comment. So shit. Let's see another. Who's another one that I could put up there that's worth talking about? Because who's another our who I think I would definitely put. So where do you stand with Maxwell and his albums?
I mean,
Maxwell's would you put him in the top 10?
I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I'm not really, you know what I'm saying, hip on his discography other than his singles.
So like his first album, the Urban Hang Suite, that's the one with Whenever Whatever, uh something something. If it's cool, then we can do a little something something. That joint got
What's the third joint he came out with?
third one is Now. So his second album is the album. His second album is the album that I don't really have a relationship with. That's the one with Coco Cure on it. Coco, I can't remember how the song go. But the third album, that's the Now album. That's the one with Fortunate on it. That's the one where he did the studio version, the re-recorded studio version of Woman's Work. Even though the better version is on his unplugged, his Urban Hang Suite unplugged album. You talking about the one with Pretty Wings on it that came out like years later?
That's my shit.
I think he he transitioned from the neo soul sound
Like shit.
on that album, and I think he did a really great transition from just being neo soul to grown ass man singing R&B. He gave you a grown ass R&B song album, excuse me. And you said he cut the hair, all that shit, and that was dope to me. But the but his discography, I think his discography is good. Jagged Edge discography, I want to say it, but I feel like after their second album or their third album, they started like I said before, a lot of artists, because they start touring and their pen ain't the same, they start just writing for a hit, one or two hits or singles, and then they give you a bunch of filler. And that's what a lot of artists do, and Jagged Edge is one of those.
I'm not gonna hold you. I hate Jagged Edge.
I know you hate Jagged Edge. 112 after their third, well, they gave you the 112 album, which was okay. It wasn't great. The first album wasn't great. They gave you some joints on there. Of course, they give you the classic Cupid and I'm saying on there. Second album was dope. The Anywhere album, or excuse me, the Room 112 with Anywhere on it. Then they came with part 3.
So you talking about R&B? Usher gotta be up there.
Oh, Usher's of course up there. Usher's definitely, he might be he might be, his discography might be number 1 for me. R&B. I mean, from My Way, 8701, Confessions.
Sir. Yeah, like I wouldn't consider it classic, but it was pretty. It was
after that, he gave you some good albums, like the one I think it's Usher Raymond or something versus Usher or some shit like that. I can't remember the exact title, but it's like his face is embossed on the album cover. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Y'all can judge your mother. R. Kelly has the discography. Unfortunately,
got to leave that alone.
Unfortunately, motherfuckers. Hey, this is my podcast. I ain't gotta leave shit alone.
Sorry, bro.
Y'all already know how I feel. Like he canceled. That don't mean I'm canceling his music. You ain't gotta like it, but don't. That's because you don't want to listen to his music anymore, and you don't appreciate it. That's sort of, you know where his shit stand.
But what I'm saying is though, like he talking about 14-year-old girls.
He's not talking about 14-year-old girls in there.
You know what I'm saying, like,
nah, he
talking about a nigga.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Just saying, bro. Like, it's a fact. Go listen to this.
Bro, I'm the one that told you about that shit, bro. What you talking about? When he said, you know what I'm saying, sexy little Leah too. Nah, I ain't referring to no little girl that's sexy. But you know what I'm saying?
But he did though.
Yeah, he did do that. On Vibe, at the end of Vibe. He named a whole bunch of girls' name and then he gave her a sexy little Leah shout out. Nah, I can't do it.
Baby, yeah, so baby.
And you know what? For the longest time, I used to say that. And I'm like, yo, how nobody noticed that? And then I found out.
Me said, the funny part is, you know what I'm saying? My sister said the same shit way back in the day. I ain't never paid attention to that shit.
I was always wondering why other people didn't hear it. Two reasons.
I remember you saying something about that shit too,
I used to say it. Two reasons why people didn't say it. Because the radio version don't play that part. The radio version doesn't play that part. That's why. So they didn't hear, a lot of people who heard the song, they never heard him giving her the shout out because they didn't play it. And I didn't know that because I didn't really listen to it on the radio. I listened to it when I played this tape. But yeah, his catalog, bro. Who was another one who got like a great catalog? Beyonce's catalog is up there for me.
Sidebar. Do you think that Beyonce is the greatest performer of all time?
Michael Jackson is the greatest performer of all time. I think Beyonce is the greatest female performer of all time, though.
Over Janet?
Yes, because I think Beyonce's her. Even though Janet Jackson got A1 writing and production from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and they had a versatility to them
and choreograph when it comes to the show.
I think if anybody's to rival Beyonce, it's Janet's legacy. I will say that. So if somebody says Janet over Beyonce, I won't be mad at them. But I feel like I would take B over Janet. I think her catalog is better. I mean, because after her second album, I don't think Janet was really giving me the hits that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? B. I mean, pro. Yeah. I would go to a Beyonce concert before I go to. If I would watch a Beyonce concert before I watch a Crown Janet concert, but I don't. The only, be honest with you, bro. The only thing that would attract me to going to a Janet concert is because she's Mike's sister. You know what I'm saying? Like over Beyonce. Like that would be the tipping point. Like they neck and neck, but she got Mike, so Mike might show up. So I'm gonna fuck around with Janet just in case Mike show up, and I would rather see Michael Jackson perform than see Jay-Z perform. That's just me.
That's what I mean.
Of course, you would prefer to stand still and watch a nigga hold a mic and just stand still all night long. I'm saying walking back and forth. I'm trying to go watch Mike motherfucker moonwalk all night long.
Man.
Michael Jackson's catalog is definitely up there for me. If you maybe, even though he's the king of pop, which is an interesting title. It's an interesting title. It's more like a middle finger to white America. But from an R&B standpoint, Michael Jackson is up there. I think they put him as the king of pop so they can give the number twos, the number threes, you know what I'm saying, some shine. But let's be real, like Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, Dangerous. Some dudes, some artists can't compete with Invincible. And Mike was a shell of himself by the time he did Invincible.
Yeah, he couldn't come out.
He just can't get out the blocks. He can't get out the blocks.
Yeah, me personally, bro, I'd rather motherfuckers. I'd rather go see Prince before the Mike, bro.
Nah, I know I ain't gotta worry about saying Mike's asshole. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? Prince have a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Gyrating on me. You know what I'm saying?
They want to gyrate on you.
They want to gyrate on me. They can't get close enough to help me in the crowd. You know
You take Prince over Mike.
Yeah, I'm a Prince guy, bro.
I'm a I'm a Prince. I'm a Prince guy too, but I'm not taking him over Mike.
I mean, Prince guy.
I know more Michael Jackson music by heart than I do Prince.
I'm saying I just put Prince on to let that shit rock. I'm saying.
Michael Jackson, I think. See, I'm big on I'm big on versatility in your song selection. I like the fact that Mike, like, I think Prince's narcissism affected his catalog for me. Like, he's not working with nobody else. He's not interested in anybody else's ideas. It's like, yo, this is all me. I want all the credit. I don't want anybody's input to throw off my vision. And that's cool. But the fact that Mike's able to bring in people and in like that's why I love Kanye West, because Kanye West is a dope producer, but he's able to put his ego aside to bring in other dope people to bring out the dopest projects possible. That's what Mike was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm always gonna bang on Mike for that.
It's another person that, although it might not be classic per se, he has a pretty damn good motherfucking discography. And that's fucking the dream, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Freckles. You know what I'm saying? Keep me
I'm good.
on.
His
You know what I'm saying? He got
his catalog isn't even top 20.
This shit is vicious, bro.
His catalog is in the top 20.
And then we not even like mentioning. I mean, we said Usher, but at the end of the day,
Okay,
I mean,
definitely Chris Brown.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely Chris Brown.
You know,
At this point, especially since people wanted to see them go up against each other in a versus battle, you sort of can't mention mention Usher without mentioning Chris Breezy.
yeah, but like, bro, you gotta go back and listen to a couple of motherfucking Dream Jones, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of his
Alright, so
music is one trick pony, bro.
So let's not. I mean, no. He definitely not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you gotta go back and listen. But all right, let's skip the uncertainty and let's skip the falsetto shit. And let's go to party. What you know what I'm saying? You a party fan?
Next door?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you going with this?
Just saying, like,
it's we talking about people with this top 10 catalogs all time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that aside, but I'm just saying.
Does he even have more than one official album?
Honorable mention, you know what I'm saying?
Does he even have more than one official album?
He got like four. He got like four.
Official albums, I don't think he has four.
What's official, bro? Like, see, listen, in today's landscape of music, a playlist, a mixtape.
No, it's not the same.
It's considered an
album.
No,
it's not. No.
It is. In today's landscape, it is. You can say that, but it is though.
It's not.
They view it as the same. They don't separate it.
No, the only reason they view that is because of the streams. The streams
that's why
still
I said
get viewed.
With this landscape, it is. But
the streaming landscape. I'm not talking about the streaming landscape. I'm talking about
he do have four officials.
Because even those artists who live in the making projects for streaming acknowledge when they have a studio album. They acknowledge when they produce that album. So I will always acknowledge that, because there's plenty of artists who put out mixtapes and you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, and they separate from their actual albums. But I like Party, so I won't be surprised if he did have more albums that I didn't know about, then they would be good. It's man, R&B definitely has. It's tough. Like, yo, having, like I said, that three pieces. That's why I said that's one of the criteria for me, because a lot of people don't just walk around with three joints in a clip. Whitney Houston, definitely for me. Whitney Houston, definitely for me. Her first three albums, then you add in the Bodyguard soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? That's a project that she, you know what I'm saying, if she wasn't on that soundtrack, that joint don't make that, it doesn't sell at all. Same thing when she's on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. But Yeah, Whitney's definitely got a catalog for me. I'm a bang with heavy. Uh, who else? Who else would you mention? Who else would you say? Who else got catalogs? It's like gotta talk about.
Like Chris Brown, man. Crazy.
Oh, Chris, absolutely, because Chris came out the gate.
But
Chris
see, this,
came out the gate and ain't missed.
see, this is the thing with him though, bro. Like
Chris came out the gate and he hasn't missed, in my opinion, as far as like
he
giving
ain't
good music.
dropping no skinny shit, bro. Like his last couple Jones was like
Though I feel like his
20 songs plus.
though
Bro.
I feel like his 45 song album, he could have put his ego aside and made that a 18 track album, and it would have been successful. He didn't need all 45 of those songs to drop. He could have chopped that down and released some of the other songs on some other stuff.
You know what I think?
I feel like when people do that and get that multiple disc, it counts as projects. Like it counts as, you know what I'm saying, an album. So you can free yourself up from that current deal.
I think he was just dumping shit, bro.
Now, what it was is because he was on the house arrest, so he was just bringing in different producers and artists and just working on a lot of music. That's why, and that shit ain't free. So you better put that project, like you got to put that shit out there at some point. But he might
was on
have.
house arrest for.
I don't. One of the charges he had caught. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. But yeah, he was on house arrest for a little while. That's why he was in that joint chilling. He was in that joint chilling for a good little while. But yeah, I mean, this is what Chris will have. Like he got like an album or two where it's like motherfuckers ain't like really banging with the album, but then a song could come out of nowhere that you ain't heard from Chris. They was playing on, maybe somebody was playing on their TikTok or their Instagram video, or you saw it on the YouTube or something. He was like, damn, what song is that? And to come and find out it was on an album that you was like, I ain't really bang with that album. Like the one with the one that he dropped right around the time where his daughter was born.
Oh, the royalty.
The royalty album wasn't a really good album, but it wasn't a bad album. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a bad album. It just wasn't up to the standard of his previous work. Because I mean, number one, I'll say it like this: I'm classic when it comes to R&B. Though I like new stuff, new sounds. I don't mind people being straightforward. I'm not really big on vulgar language in my R&B. That's just always gonna be me. I don't really want you to hear you saying "suck my dick" on an R&B record.
Shit, talk that shit. I like all that shit.
There you go. And that's fine. But that's I'm not gonna be able to elevate you over somebody who's actually being artistic.
How you know artistic?
All right, bro. Play devil's advocate around the street, around the block.
I'm just saying, bro, because if you
that's not artistic.
If you listen to all of the motherfucking R. Kelly, his shit wasn't motherfucking artistic.
No,
if you speaking that language,
we're not doing that.
Because he used to say some shit flat out.
Yeah, bro. There's decorum in classic R&B. Chris Brown puts the decorum on the back burner, bro.
Come on, bro. You can't say that shit and don't say that shit about R. Kelly, bro.
Bro, we're not gonna compare R. Kelly dialogue to Chris Brown dialogue, bro.
And you talking about little bitches?
Oh,
Come
there
on,
it
bro.
goes.
That's two.
There it goes.
2 strikes, nigga.
There's no 2 strikes.
2 strikes, nigga.
There's no 2 strikes because
at a third.
You can't name like, bro. When on any of R. Kelly's classic music, when he was talking that big wild shit, like you try to make like Chris Brown talk about. Bitch, you sucking my dick or what? Like,
is you bumping grinding or what?
Wow. Stop what you doing. Bumping grinding.
Nah, you see,
Stop what
I don't
you
like
doing.
when people do that.
Do what?
Because bumping grinding was the lingo. That was fucking back then.
But it's not, no, they said the word fucking back then.
No, they
just
didn't
put it in songs.
bro. No, that was the lingo, bro.
Oh my God.
A little bit of bump and grind, you know what I'm saying? It was like Bernie Mac could say, yeah, we just fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no. So people weren't like in regular dialogue, wasn't saying fuck it.
I ain't never heard my father, my uncle say that shit. They was using the lingo, bro. That was the lingo. That's just like Killer Ho. That's just like Calvin. Let me hear some shit back in the 50s. Nigga was saying butter my popcorn. Nigga, that's the same thing as saying fucking. Nigga.
No, it ain't the same thing as saying fucking.
It is, bro.
Fucking is saying fucking.
It is, bro. It's the same thing, bro. It's the lingo for the time, bro. Just because we ain't got sugarcoat that shit don't mean it's wild, bro. Yeah, wow.
Butter my popcorn won't get a parental advisory sticker on your album. So it's not the same thing. It's called a metaphor.
So they find out what it is.
No, it's called a metaphor.
Oh, they talking about sex. Oh, man.
Still not a parental advisory.
You got to ban this guy.
No, didn't work. That's not happening, bro. That's not how it works. Not how it works.
It is, bro.
Yeah. Again, I'm not saying that Chris Brown's music doesn't have relevance in this place, but there's the fact that there's artists who can make great music without doing that says that you can, like, yo, you're too talented to not be able to do it. But you do it because you want to do it, because you know that there is a fan base that, yo, man, I love it that you saying, hey, bitch, suck my dick on your record,
but
man.
Hold up. Because that's a little misogynistic.
No, it's not. But he's misogynistic. He's misogynistic.
It's females that want him to say that to them.
That's like saying it's females that's like female. Exactly. That's like females that
go off a ledge.
Whose ledge?
Don't go off a ledge.
No,
don't jump off.
No, he's misogynistic, and it's misogynistic to act like, yo, that makes it okay because one of two females. It's like, oh, I like that.
It's not one or two. We can say the majority when it comes to Chris Brown,
ain't no damn majority. Is there a sect of women who like being disrespected, or like being talked too spicy, or like being talked too spicy?
You're not gonna do that, bro. Come on, bro.
What do you mean?
They like when niggas talk that shit, bro.
If there's a sect of women,
that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same conversation. If there's a sect of women that like it, don't mean, oh, okay, if you talk to two joints or 3 joints and they like it,
8.
Wait a minute.
8.
Okay, if you talk to 8 joints and they like it, and then you talk to
14.
All right, you gonna keep upping this number?
That's more than half though.
No, you bugging. If you say some big wild shit to 5 or 8 and they like, oh, that shit turn me on. That don't mean you get to say it to 5 other bitches and then look at them sideways when they like, what, nigga? That's disrespectful.
Sideways, bitch. Get on, bitch.
Just because they like misogyny, because they used to it and they cope with it. That's like saying
it ain't about it being used to it. They like it.
Yeah, because they conditioned to liking it.
Come on. Oh my.
They conditioned to liking it.
Okay, bro.
All right, real quick. Nigga, do you like oodles and noodles?
Yeah, nigga.
No, you don't.
Everybody like oodles and noodles.
You don't like oodles and noodles. On, you eat oodles and noodles, Ty?
Do I eat it? No, it's not healthy for you.
Oh, wait a minute now.
It's not healthy for you.
So when was the last time you ate oodles and noodles?
I can't
even though you like them.
Can't remember.
You can't remember.
It's not healthy.
It's not good for you.
Telling the bitch to come suck my dick, that's not unhealthy. That's the kicker, bro.
So if you wanted some head, right? You in the mood. You in the mood. You want some head.
So you want my ass on there?
Oh, wait. You in the mood. You want some. Y'all just finished having family dinner in your crib. You gonna say, hey, Freckles, hey, come in here and suck my dick real quick.
Man, I would love to say that.
I asked you if you love to say it. Would you say that shit?
I would love to say that.
Would you say it?
I would love to say it, bro.
You would love to say it. Tell me you wouldn't say it.
I would love to say it.
So why wouldn't you say it?
Why wouldn't I say it? Because at the end of the day, bro, in 2020.
No, fuck, this is not 2020. No. Okay.
Everybody's too sensitive in 2020, bro. We can't get to it. Everybody want to act like they want to be romance and shit and all that other wild shit, bro. But at the end of the day, listen, I'm not speaking directly on her.
So you mean to tell me?
You're speaking in general.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that the only reason you wouldn't say that is because she wouldn't take it well? You wouldn't care about the 6 kids you raising? You wouldn't mind saying that in front of them?
All right, first of all, we're not going to talk what other thing would you say in front? Like, I'm not talking about in front of the kids, bro. Like, I wouldn't get to no type of.
But that's what I'm saying. So can the kids hear this music?
I asked her that. You know what I'm saying?
Can kids hear this music?
I'm saying they go on the radio and listen to it, right? You know what I'm saying? They listen to the radio.
But will they play that version where he's saying, hey, come in here and suck my dick?
It's gonna get blurred out.
They gonna change the lyrics. Cause it's unacceptable lyrics for all ears.
Not unacceptable, bro.
It's unacceptable. Okay, so why wouldn't you say it?
It's not all ears, bro. It's not all ears. Listen.
So let me ask you a question. Wait. Let me
real quick. When it comes to her specifically, bro, like she's not that type. But I've dealt with a lot, bro, a lot of females that
so let me shift.
Type.
You have 3 daughters now, 2 of which, you know what I'm saying, have phones and mic. If one of them on speakerphone and you hear some dude saying, man, I wish you could come over here right now to suck my dick, you just gonna keep playing the video game, or is that gonna get a reaction out of you?
I want to hear her answer.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck her answer. You just heard. Why does it matter what her answer is? You just heard what he said.
I want to hear her answer, bro. See,
but that's a reaction though.
But hold up,
you gonna keep playing the game, or you gonna start listening? You gonna key in now. It got your attention now.
I want to hear her answer.
But what he said got your attention now.
Because at the end of the day, bro, that's gonna happen, bro. I'm not worried about that. That's gonna happen.
You're not worried about that.
How you supposed to stop a nigga from doing that and you not controlling his phone?
But here's the thing.
I can control her phone though.
But here's the thing.
Well, you know
this is where it plays a part, because you talking about how your lady isn't that type where you can say that, not because she's just not banging like that or whatever the case may be. But what if she was, and when you said that, she came in the room and did what you asked, and your kids got to see that. So now she on the phone.
See, bro, all this in front of the kids shit. Where's that happening there, bro? That shit don't happen in real life.
Because they have. But what?
That shit don't happen in real life.
It
bro.
does.
I'm not busting a move and trying to get, you know what I'm saying, some real physical shit happening in front of my kids, bro. That's crazy. Who do that? Who do that, bro?
But you are sharing the same dialogue as the new dialogue, right?
No,
so this is the dialogue. This is the lingo.
Two different things, bro.
This is the lingo.
It's 2 different things. What you put on the radio.
So you ain't pick up lingo from the music you was listening to?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was also from I was around people that said shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? Now, would I do that in front of my kids? No. Not on some sexual shit. If I'm just fucking around, you know what I'm saying, and won't suck my dick, you know what I'm saying? If that come out, that's gonna come out, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody keep on trying to be all sensitive and shit, and the shit gonna come. It's gonna come out.
I don't think I ever. Hey, that's not a new thing. I've never heard my uncles, my father, just blatantly tell somebody to suck their dick in my presence, bro.
Yeah, but see, what you gotta understand,
or any derivative of that, sugar-coated. If it's
like I said, bro, like
if it's
ain't nobody about to try to be on some sexual shit and say that. You
even on some I mean like on some on the disrespect, nigga, suck my, like that style. I never heard if somebody crossing them and they feel like way, the most they're gonna say is kiss my ass.
Yeah, nigga, that's not the lingo for down here, bro. You moving the goalposts. You moving the goalposts, bro. That's not
I'm
our
not
lingo.
moving the goalposts.
Our lingo ain't suck my dick. That's New York shit. That's up north shit.
So
they say that shit.
So you mean tell me that people ain't don't take, man, nigga, suck my dick.
But hold up though. In New York, that's a common thing for people to say that outside of sexual content. And little kids go around saying that shit because it's the thing that they say. I just saw a whole video with 2 little boys going back and all they kept saying was, I suck my dick. Back and forth, back and forth.
Bro, that's not just New York.
Back and
niggas
forth.
out here say that shit too.
Nigga, don't nobody really, like, I'm talking about on some it's a thing type shit. Like, if you hear it, it's like, oh, he said that, you know what I'm saying? Because it means something different from down here than it do up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for up there, it means I'm violating you. So it's like, yeah, you know
it's the same thing here.
You gotta see me. But we take it a little bit more serious because it's like, what, nigga? Don't even play me like that. Now you gotta see me. It ain't just on some.
You try to violate me. You violate.
It ain't just on some ha shit. They say that shit on some ha shit on the way to being violated and trying to violate a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that lingo up there is a little different, you know what I'm saying? But any lingo, bro, like, I'm not about to try to get it popping with her out loud, bro. Who do that? Don't no family man do that, bro. So you can't really say that.
But the music is like his music is saying it. So will you listen to the explicit version of his music?
What age we talking about?
I'm talking about all your kids.
you can't just say that. I need an age breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
okay.
listen.
So you saying the oldest one, you okay with her listening to Chris Brown's explicit version?
Motherfucker, she listening to motherfucking American Stallion. So at the end of the day, if it's happening out of my control, she go ahead, motherfucker. The fuck? Go ahead. Explore. Just don't do no wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, one thing my sister told me, bruh, and I'm starting to learn this, you know what I'm saying? And I can still have a control about it, you know what I'm saying? Is this shit is shifting. Everything is shifting. What's acceptable, what's not acceptable, you know what I'm saying? It's shifting. My whole thing is you can't tell me what's not acceptable, but other things are acceptable. This shit don't be adding up. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that I can't call a motherfucker retarded, but then you can go listen to a motherfucking bitch talk about her pussy on her song all day. That shit don't add up to me. Motherfuckers move the goalposts and they convenience. So for me, I try to even the fucking playing field. Everything will be even in. We're not just gonna do something. Oh, you can't do this, but you can do this. I don't rock like that. So at the end of the day, if the music, see, and that's another thing. I'm all about people finding shit organically. The radio to me, that's organic. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it come on the radio and you just so happen to hear it, my nigga, that's what they playing on the radio. It's my decision whether I want to skip it or keep it rocking at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at now, bro.
I mean, look, bro. Like I said, I like Chris Brown's music, but I'm not for, like, it's not that I'm not for. It's like, bro, I'm like, I feel like it's, even though it's pointed, I feel like it's also lazy, bro. There's a
So you talk to a niche crowd, bro. They want to hear that shit. He know
but
that.
he's not a niche artist. He's an international superstar.
They want to hear that shit, bro. They
Not
want to
all
hear
of
it
them.
because at the end of the day, a lot of females want to act like,
so
oh,
whose catalog do you value more, his or Usher's? All I'm gonna say is, as much as I love Chris
See,
Brown,
and I know where you going with
what
this.
I was gonna say.
I know where you going with this.
You know where I'm going.
But look though. I know where you going with this.
I'm not going
and
nowhere.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, it's even. Now, if I want to go into a certain type of bag, bruh, that's a little bit more smoother. That's a little bit more smoother. Yeah, I might say Usher, bruh. But it depends on who you are, bruh. I'm a person that like to get to it in a certain type of way, bruh.
Okay.
So I like to hear that shit, bruh. I like to be able to talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all that finesse shit, man. What, man? That shit is out. That shit is over with.
I love Chris Brown's music as long as they give me like any R&B album I get. If they don't give me an edited version, I'm reluctant to even listen to that joint.
What, with Chris Brown?
Like any R&B, not just Chris Brown.
Shit, motherfucker Eric Bellinger should be talking that shit too.
I need an edited version.
And motherfuckers be acting like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I need edited.
Everybody be trying to move the goalposts, bro.
No, not for me. I want edited versions for everybody. Ari Lennox, y'all know, I love Ari Lennox.
You need a explicit for her,
bro.
It's certain be cookie cutters some time, bro.
Yeah, hey, listen, bro. It's just, be honest with you, bro. I listen to some of my rap albums. You know what I'm saying, edited now.
That's crazy.
But you also got to remember, I make playlists for public settings that, you know what I'm saying, that's not, you know what I'm saying, permitted to have profanity. Because I play a lot of music in my stores where there's people walking around, so I need to be able, so I just keep edited music in my catalog so I don't have the slipper where I played the wrong version, shit like that.
Yeah, but
and I just got, and so, hold up, and
that's different from listening
to some radio edits be better than the explicit edits, bro.
I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I gotta get the whole drink, I might as well get the whole drink so I can get that one song. Like, I do it. I like the edited version better than the explicit version.
What, Sean?
Yeah. Like it's like some people just got better edited versions because it's just better edits. DMX first album.
I give you an example. Chris Brown, Take You Down.
Okay.
I need the explicit version, bro.
I don't think he used profanity in it though. There's no profanity in
The
that song.
content, like they was cutting shit off, you know what I'm saying, when it first came out. You know, another example. What's that R. Kelly song? You know what I'm saying? The Getting Naked jump.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, you talking about off the Best of Both Worlds album?
Yeah, that jump.
Okay. I wanna see you naked.
Come on, bro. Give me all that, man. Bitch, get naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to it, man. Come on. Listen, man. Motherfuckers be acting like talking that shit is a fucking taboo, man.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, we don't. I don't want you to objectify me, man. What? Shut up. Bitch, you a female. You get objectified, bitch. Come on, bro. Listen, bro. Listen. Yeah. But see, this the wild part, bro. There's a crossword to misogyny, bro. It's some shit that females do that they don't. That how come that word ain't popular? Because everybody be moving the goalposts, bro.
Of course. That's why I don't like, bro. That's why I don't support motherfuckers trying to cook that term up, toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
nah,
bro,
yo.
Come on, bro.
Ain't no, listen.
The same way I could be toxic by asking you to go make me a sandwich after I fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You could be toxic by asking me some shit that you already know the answer to.
What's toxic about masculinity? What is? Like, yo, if I'm a man and I got some fucked up character traits, it has nothing to do with my masculinity. You know what I'm saying? It has to do with me just being fucked up. But you're not gonna make me feel like I'm poisonous, man, because I'm manly.
My whole thing is, if you gonna label it, help me. If you're not gonna help me, then get the fuck on, bro. Oh, it's Matt. What? Why is it? You feel like okay? Help me. If you ain't about to help me, shut up, man. Come on, bro.
All right, so who else got the catalogs, bro? Who else got a catalog that you would put in there R&B wise, man?
Male or female? Because we already a top 10 easy for me. Chris Brown, Usher, Erykah Badu. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw Mike in there. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's gonna be Prince. I'm throwing Prince in there.
Of course, Prince is up there. Prince is in there.
Who the fuck else we say?
I mean, you gotta ask how far you gonna go back.
Music Soul Child.
Okay.
For me personally,
like how far are we going back though? We talking like all time or just like since like how far are we going back? Because we going far back, then I'll pull like the problem with me, like
that's why that's why R&B so difficult.
If you listening to this, when we don't mention like groups of earlier years, it's not like, yo, you never gonna convince somebody that I'm slighting the Temptations or Stevie Wonder or Donny Hathaway or Confunction or Cameo. If you know me, Earth, Wind, and Fire, honestly, brother, if you know me, you know I bang with them. The problem is, because that's not our era, a lot of times we are subjected to greatest hits and collections of their music. So I can't tell you the name of the album or the songs in that album that came with the hits that I love. Like Candy and Sparkle and Attack Me With Your Love. You know what I'm saying? Back and Forth. Word Up. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell you, I can name a rack of Cameo joints that I love, but I couldn't tell you which album it's on or what other songs on the album. So that's why you wouldn't hear me saying their discography because I don't know their discography. I just know they have great music, if that makes any sense. So I'm only mentioning the artists that have Babyface.
Jesus Christ.
Of course, Babyface. Yes, absolutely. For me,
no homo. That nigga made beautiful music.
For me,
it might sound a homo. You know what I'm saying?
For me, and I know a lot of people not going to agree with this name. Tank is on my list. He's one of my all-time favorite artists.
Tank got hits, bro.
He's on that list.
I don't really know his discography to say it's classic, but I know
it's on my list. Like, sorry, he's on my list. Um,
Man, if D'Angelo would have dropped one more in his prime, bro, he'd be easily on this list. But he ain't dropping another one, so I can't even list him.
I think the problem, it's not even that it's a problem. It's just the difficulty in a D'Angelo's catalog or discography for average like regular consumption is that his second and third albums are like they almost like they're session pieces where it's like you listen to them, you know what I'm saying, all together, where it's like they fuse together versus like a nice packaged you know what I'm saying, collection of songs like the first album was, where it's like he had like singles and shit. The second album, it only like it had, I guess, two singles. To me, I really don't even feel like the joint with Method Man was a single. It was like, well, it's palatable enough to be a single, so I'm giving it to you as a single. How do you feel? That's the outlier on that album. But I mean, that album is just so beautiful. Like the line, I listen to the line at least once a week. Um, and then the same thing for the Vanguard. Like the Vanguard he wasn't concerned with giving you a single.
Saying we just want to give you that motherfucking vibe,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? He wasn't concerned with giving you a single. And I think that's the difference. That's one of the difference between Prince and Mike. Mike wanted to give you singles. Mike would give you a whole album full of singles on some. Every one of these songs could be a video. Like he saw his vision from Prince's was different. Like Prince would see his album as a movie, like one movie, and Mike could do that, but Mike saw his songs as video. Like he saw it he saw it as a whole concept per song. Like, yo, I could take this one song that's a 4-minute song and split it and make it a 10-minute video.
I think they both try to do the same thing, but
Whereas
just
Prince,
different angles.
whereas Prince would like tell an entire movie story
About
that's
getting bitches.
sure, and I guess the the crowning achievement of that would have been Purple Rain.
Mm-hmm.
But he also, in my opinion, missed that mark too with Graffiti Bridge, because name a song off that album. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't a good. I'm not, and it's not attacking the album. I'm just saying, like, as far as like comparing it to Purple Rain, where it's like I don't really think the movie was great as far as acting. The storyline is okay, but the music made that movie worth watching. You know what I'm saying? Prince is not a good actor. He's terrible. But
Better than Mike.
they're about even. They're about even. Uh, but the music made it like, okay, I can watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk great black cinema, that movie don't come up.
That's a fact.
But now that there's Moonwalker. So hey, listen. Nah, but yeah, but when I think Prince, I feel like his vision is different. And I feel like it's the musician in Prince, because Prince wanted, like I said, he wanted to play all the instruments and all those things. Like, yo, he used to work with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and fired him because he wanted to do everything by himself. Like, that's, I'm saying, that tells you who Prince was.
Yeah, genius.
I mean, yeah, no arguments there. But so was Mike. Mike was a genius. Both of them were genius.
That's a fact.
Um, I think I'll put this, and people be watching this like, how'd you forget this? How could you forget this person or that person?
We doing all this shit off the fly.
I would say, I would mention, I want to say, like a lot of these artists, they had like albums with like a couple songs, But a lot of these R&B artists, they had a lot of filler music where it's like, yo, if you take their albums and put them together, you would throw away more than you would keep. And that's a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying not throw away, but it's like if you had to pick a song from the album that's gonna make people listen to that album, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many of those records would it be versus how many records you would try to hide until they start liking the album? Uh, like Brian McKnight has, to me, like one classic album for me from Brian McKnight. That's the Anytime album. Uh, Joe don't have a class. He doesn't have an album that I'm like, yo, I got to listen to this Joe album, but he has some songs. Uh, Case never had an album. The Conversations album was pretty good, but I don't remember it enough to where it's like, yo, all the songs are spark.
Donnell Jones.
Donnell Jones got
Did he have
he
an
got
album?
he got yeah, the Where I Want to Be is a classic R&B album. It's in my top. It's definitely in my top 10. I don't know how close to one it is, but it's definitely top 10. Bobby Brown's Don't Be Cruel album is up there for me. But then Coke and Bobby B, you know what I'm saying? you know, uh Boys the Men
I was
had
about to say them too.
Boys the Men had Motown Philly, and then they had two. So they had two joints. Uh, I, I would I would put Jodeci. I would put Jodeci with KC and JoJo. They number two behind New Edition to me all time for R&B groups, male groups. So with Jodeci, you got the first album, which is the Jodeci album, Forever My Lady. Then you got uh the band, something out the I can't remember where that damn thing goes, but they got that one. Then you have the Diary of a Madman, which I think is the second one. The show, the after party, and something I can't remember how the list of it. But then they left, and then they had the Love Always with Casey and JoJo. So they had four different albums where they gave you hits. So I'm gonna definitely take. I'm definitely gonna let me some Jodeci. Uh, Drew Hill only gave you two.
Mm-hmm.
Only gave you two, three if you want to count Cisco's solo, his first
No.
one.
No.
You
You
you,
count it.
you can't count it.
Not for Drew Hill.
You can count it for Cisco though.
Yeah.
So not for Drew Hill, but for Cisco, you can count. You know what I'm saying? The first two, then his solo. His second album was okay, and then their Drew World Order joint that came out a couple years later had like a couple records on it, but it wasn't nothing to write home about. Because I know that people think I bash her and I don't like her. I love Aaliyah. I don't think she's the greatest vocalist. She has a nice voice, but I don't think she has the greatest range. Her catalog, I'm saying, is up there because the ladies love her. The ladies worship her. She was y'all queen, and I respect that.
Monica.
Mm,
Monica. I love
I
Monica,
love
bro.
Monica, but Monica got way too much filler on her albums. Her only complete album was her first album, the Miss Thing album. It's a classic R&B album. But Symphony and all Street Symphony and all that other like and all the album I was.
A lot of you know what I'm saying, matronly ladies gonna say Mary J. Blige.
Oh no, absolutely Mary J. Absolutely Mary J's catalog up there. Uh, because she gave you the what's the 411. I wasn't crazy about the remix, but it had some joints on there. Then the My Life is classic R&B. It's definitely up there. Then she gave you Share My World. Then she got to more of a adult R&B bag, and it was like, you know, I wasn't all that crazy about it, but her first three were definitely quality joints. I'm gonna have to put my girl Toni Braxton up there.
Hmm.
Definitely gotta put Toni Braxton up there for me because her first album is classic R&B. Then her second album, you know what I'm saying, did numbers. Yo, you got Babyface writing for you, and you got a voice, and you sexy as I don't know what.
Can't lose.
Combination. I think her having legal battles with the label and her, you know what I'm saying, I think she got lupus. When she got lupus, I think those things started to affect her career. But as far like Tony's, you know what I'm saying, always gonna be a force for me. But that first album, boy, whew.
I'm not hit, but I'm just throwing this out there. Mariah Carey. I ain't hip on her, so you know what I'm saying?
I can say Mariah because I know her. I know her. Let's see. Her first album, I think her first album, Vision of Love, that thing was a problem. I can't talk about her albums in succession, but I can say that album was a problem. She had some shit. She had a Christmas album, and that shit sparked. Uh, then you add in the fact that she had the Emancipation of Mimi. When she came back with that one, like people was fucking with her real hard. She had a lot of JD work, the Jermaine Dupri work on that album. Like he was, you know what I'm saying, Jay, you get JD in the studio with you for too much time. You got a hit on your hands. I think her Butterfly album was pretty good. I think the Glitter joint was when she sort of uh went off the rails a little bit. She started acting and lost focus on the music, but like like audibly amazing. Um, but yeah, man. We're at the end of our ride here. About to kick this guy out of my car so he can go in. It was family, so I get back to mine. You know what I'm saying? It was good to have my bro on the second show. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know y'all been waiting for it. One thing about us, we don't force nothing because we know we ain't got to rush. When it happened, it happened, and when it happened, it's gonna be right. We got way more in store for y'all. But Breeze, you got something for me before you get out of here?
Nah, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Keep it tight, keep it right, you dig?
Keep it tight, keep it right. Hey, been on the ride up. One.